If you've ever felt like you are just stuck in a loop of meltdowns or whining or defiance with a child, trust me, you are not alone. It's exhausting. But what if there was a way to look at these really challenging moments, not as battles you have to win, but as mysteries to be solved? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. Today, we're becoming behavior detectives.
Because this right here, this is the core question we absolutely have to ask. You see, every single behavior, especially the really tough ones, is a form of communication. It's a signal, right? It's a clue. Your child is trying to tell you something that they just can't put into words yet. And our job, it's to crack the code.
So it is time for a shift in perspective. We are putting away the referee's whistle. No more just reacting to every single flare-up and calling fouls. Instead, we're putting on our detective hats. Our new job is to get curious, to gather the clues, and to uncover what's really going on underneath the surface. Now, every good detective needs a toolkit, and our very first tool is something called the ABC model. This is kind of like our secret weapon for systematically gathering the facts of our case. And you know what the most important part is? We do it objectively. We leave our own emotions and judgments at the door.
Just think of this as your crime scene investigation framework. Seriously, it makes us document the who, what, where, and when of a behavior. And what's amazing is that when you look at the whole sequence of events laid out like this, patterns, they just start to emerge. Patterns we were probably way too busy to see in the heat of the moment.
Okay, so A is for antecedent. Simple. What happened right before the behavior? Then you've got B, the behavior itself. What did the child actually do? And finally, C is for consequence. What happened immediately after? Antecedent, behavior, consequence. It sounds simple, I know, but you are about to see just how powerful this really is.
Theory is one thing, but let's see how this actually works in the real world. Our first case involves two brothers, Jake and Sam, and of course, a toy. I'm guessing this is going to sound pretty familiar to a lot of you out there.
All right, detective, let's log the evidence. Take a look here. The antecedent, the A, is that Jake and Sam were playing. The behavior, B, is Sam starts crying, right? But wait, he also threw a toy and pointed. And the consequence, the C, Dad gives Sam the toy. Sam stops crying. So it kind of seems like the problem is solved. But is it? Not really.
And here it is. This is the crucial clue. That consequence, getting the toy, it accidentally taught Sam a really powerful lesson. Crying and throwing things, well, it works. From his point of view, it's a super effective strategy to get what he wants. This is that hidden pattern our detective work has just uncovered.
Okay, so we've gathered our ABC clues. Great work. The next phase of our investigation is to figure out the motive. Why did the behavior happen in the first place? What was the child actually trying to achieve?
To help us uncover that motive, we have another fantastic tool for our kit, the WEEPS acronym. Pretty much any behavior you're going to see will fall into one of these 5 categories. Ready? W is for wants or desires. E is for escape. A is for attention. P is for physical reasons. And S is for sensory input.
So let's apply this to our first case with Sam. All of a sudden, it's crystal clear, right? What was the motive for his crying? It was for once. He simply wanted his brother's toy, and that behavior was his strategy to get it. Case closed. Or think about this case. A mom asks her daughter Penny to clean up. Penny starts knocking toys over and laughing. Mom yells, and Penny just keeps going. What's the motive there? It's A for attention. You see, even negative attention is still attention, and from her point of view, she got a huge reaction from her mom.
And our last case file for now, Nick. He starts whining while he's doing his homework. His mom gives him a break, and he immediately runs outside. The motive? A clear-cut E for escape. He wanted to get out of doing his homework, and he learned really fast that whining was his ticket to freedom.
So this is where the real magic happens. Once you've figured out the motive, the right strategies just become clear. It's not guesswork anymore. Now we can actually create a plan to teach a better, more appropriate way for the child to get their needs met. Okay, let's go back to our first case file. Sam, the one who wanted the toy. Now that we know his motive was wants, our goal isn't just to stop the crying. No, our goal is to teach him a better way to communicate what he wants.
So, here's our new playbook. We could teach him to take turns, maybe use a little timer. We could use a really powerful first-then statement. First, Jake plays for 2 minutes, then it's your turn.
We could try to redirect him, or, and this is the big one, we can teach him how to ask, using his words, pointing, whatever works. The whole key is replacing the old behavior with a new, better skill.
All right, now what about Penny? Her behavior was all about getting attention. So our goal here is pretty simple. We have to stop rewarding the negative behavior with the very thing she's looking for.
This means our strategy has to shift. We could use a simple countdown to prepare her for cleanup time. We could model the behavior we want to see, like picking up just one toy. Or we can use a really powerful technique called extinction. Now that just means we strategically withdraw her reward, the attention. By totally and completely ignoring the negative behavior, we teach her that it just doesn't work anymore.
This is the cycle we absolutely have to break. Right now, the script that's playing in Penny's head sounds exactly like this. I won't clean up, Mom will yell, then she'll just do it for me. It's this predictable pattern, and our job is to rewrite that script by changing our response. And finally, let's help out Nick, who is whining to escape his homework. The goal isn't to force him into a big power struggle, but to actually give him the tools he needs to manage difficult tasks without feeling like he has to escape.
So, our playbook for escape is all about making the task feel more manageable. We could use a visual timer, so he can actually see that the end is in sight. We could use a token board, where he earns stars toward a reward he really wants. We can also teach him the words to ask for a break appropriately instead of whining. And of course, we shower him with praise when he's working hard. We're building his stamina, not just forcing him to comply.
So what is the big takeaway from all of our detective work today? It's this. You now have the power to trade in all that frustration for real, concrete strategy. You can officially, right now, become a behavior detective.
And here is your process, boiled down into 3 simple steps. Step 1, observe. Use that ABC model to gather your clues objectively. Step 2, uncover the motive. Use the WEEPS framework to figure out the why. And step 3, teach. Choose a strategy that replaces the problem behavior with a brand new skill. Observe, uncover, teach. That is your new mantra.
So let's leave you with this one final crucial clue. This isn't about finding the perfect punishment or some kind of magic fix. It is simply about understanding. Because once you truly understand the why behind a behavior, the how to respond, it becomes clear. And that, my fellow detective, is how you solve the case.